I should be like you, Mel.
Ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching this show from, and welcome to Cherry AM. Please hit the like, subscribe, the bell button below if you haven't done already. And how are you doing this morning, Ollie?
Yeah, not bad, thank you, mate. Not bad. Bit of a sore throat, but we're all good. We're all good.
Got
How
the
are you?
bug coming on. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been good. It's been good. Just come back from a place called Loo in Cornwall, which is really, really, really nice. Absolutely lovely location. Went to the Eden Project. Went around the town as well. It's a beautiful town actually. So if anybody's been to Loo in Cornwall, or wants to go somewhere in Cornwall, I really, really highly recommend it. So yeah, it was beautiful. It was really, really nice. And I've got to be honest, we found just a fantastic restaurant as well. And I believe it was, is it the Harvest Moon Square or something? It was like on the quay. It was just, oh, the Harbour Moon. The Harbour half no, the Harbour Moon Inn on the quay. Honestly, it was just amazing, most amazing steak. We know somebody who would be very impressed with that, to be honest.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Cool. Enough about holidays and getting away, which was very, very needed. But more on to your comments. Paul from Oz. Hi everyone. Paul from Oz. 15 degrees and still sunny.
Wonderful.
Well, it's pissing down with rain here. I'm pleased I didn't come back this morning. What's it like there? Same.
It's not great this morning. Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah. Paul, you've got it better, mate. You got it better. Paul Sant, good morning, Paul. Hope you're doing well. Just like to mention in the show yesterday how well presented it was.
Yeah, completely
Honestly,
agree.
agree 100%. Absolutely brilliant job by Malcolm.
I was
And
about to say, yeah,
Darren.
just on that, fantastic. Yeah, really enjoyable show, and big shout out to both the guys that hosted yesterday because it was awesome. It was awesome to watch.
I think I need to retire. I'll just leave it, guys. But no, honestly, really, really, really good show. Really enjoyable. And I did manage to get round to watching all of it eventually during the day. Although my day was pretty hectic coming back from holiday at work, wasn't it, Ollie?
Yeah.
To say the least. Chris Hubble has said, good morning, Chris. Hope you're doing well. And Liam Humby's in the house. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Liam. Hope you're doing well. The owner of the first AFC Bournemouth home shirt this season. Malcolm said, good morning to Ollie and everyone in the chat. Good morning, Malcolm. Thanks, Paul, says Malcolm. Darren Hurst, very, very, very good guest. And honestly, I'm really looking forward to these two guys' shows. Hi, Paul, and thanks, Paul. I thought it was rather good myself. Yes, most definitely. Malcolm did a fantastic job. Not sure how his sidekick, though.
No,
Honestly, you did a great job,
absolutely
mate.
smashed it. Absolutely smashed it.
You
And
did.
I have to say kudos, because this is where Milos the Savage will now continue to gain that name, and that'll be how he's known from now on, thanks to you guys. So
100%. 100%. You know, I think everybody's just logged on this morning, seen me and thought, I'm off. Morning, 13 degrees and raining in Melbourne. David DeCosta's in the house. Good morning, David. Hope you're
David.
doing well. Good morning, Malcolm. Hope you're doing well, mate. Chris has said good morning to us. It's a great conversation here. Lou is beautiful. Did you go shark fishing? No, there was no sharks in there. We'll have to do it when we go to Sydney. So it's shark diving. Would you swim with great white sharks? You probably would, actually, in a tank.
I probably would, yeah. I can't swim very well, so it would have to be in a cage or
You could get away.
or in some kind of diving equipment. But no, so I'm not the best
Yeah.
swimmer, so swimming above water with sharks might be a bit scary for me. But
Hold that thought. We know somebody who does go shark diving, and pretty much every week. And supposedly it's a great thrill. It does sound quite interesting. I would do it. I would do it, but guaranteed the shark. That would be the one day the shark gets through the tank. And she probably knows how to get away from it, whereas I don't. You know, I'd probably be like, "Oh fuck."
she can probably swim.
Yeah. Good morning, says Nick Gillins. Good morning, Nick. Hope you're doing well. Sean says, that's one of the kids back to school, thank God. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Malcolm has said, Berlin is sunny
Nice.
with high of 24 expected.
Lovely, yeah.
Oh, geez. You should see how it's chucking down. And actually, I did wake up about 5 o'clock this morning and it was teeming down. It's going to flood. It's going to flood down the road.
It's raining that much. It's going to flood again.
It's chucking it down. It's
So
ridiculous.
5 days out of August. See, look, and it's already expecting autumn and winter, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's miserable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Malcolm said, thank you guys. Nerves aside, it was a fun thing to do, and co-hosting Darren. Honestly, Malcolm did a fantastic job. Absolutely zero hiccups. You know,
brilliant.
there's nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. You know, hey, this time next week you'll be doing it with your eyes closed. Easy peasy. Sean says, going to do a quick talk about there, and it was their second failed signing on transfer deadline day for that club. Yeah, for there.
He was messaging me about this, Sean. Can't quite figure it out, but the transfer never went through. Just for there didn't sign, so he never went.
Where was Favre meant to go to?
That's a good question. There was 2 opportunities. I'll find out. If you want to carry on talking, I'll find out.
Yeah, no problem. I don't think, you know what, with Favre, I just don't think he is up to the standard that we are at. He's a good player. He's a good player, but I just don't think he's up to the standard of AFC Bournemouth. I'd love to see him prove me wrong, you know, and there's no doubt about that. If he does, fair play to him. But I just don't think he's going to get.
So it looks like he'd agreed a deal to go to Hellas Verona in Serie A, Italy.
Yeah.
It was a loan deal, which was then an option to make the transfer permanent next summer for 10 million, but he wasn't having it.
Yeah. You know, Darren has put on here Favre was offered a move and didn't want to leave. Maybe he just didn't like that destination. Hellas Verona. Whereabouts is Hellas Verona? Is it in Milan or is it some just?
Not sure. Not sure.
It might be Verona actually. I don't think there's a place called Verona.
Yeah, I think it is Verona. The other club that he was
Okay.
linked to is Brest.
Oh, was it? Brest would
Yeah,
have been interesting.
Brest would have been, I think, the
Yeah,
better option. But
I've heard he does like Brest. Don't we all like Brest?
terrible,
We're not
terrible,
going to go
terrible joke.
there. I
Welcome
don't
back,
know.
Craig. Welcome back, Craig.
You know, Brest did very well in the Champions League, didn't they? You know, you're right. He was
Yeah, I'm okay.
struggling not. He was struggling not to laugh at my
I'm
joke.
just
My terrible joke.
we'll say it's the laughing, yeah, the
Yeah.
laughing caught me. Yeah.
Although saying that, I don't know if you've ever seen the one with Thierry Henry where they just start talking about Brest. You know,
Haven't seen
no,
it.
it is well worth watching. I think it was on TNT Sport, and I think it was done as a little bit of a joke.
Oh, I see. Saying that, I think I might have. I
Yeah,
think I might have seen that. Yeah,
yeah,
and they're all sat around the podium bit, aren't they, in the Sky Sports Centre
yeah. They're
thing? Yeah,
discussing
yeah,
Brest. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Cool. Wouldn't be the same without you, Craig. No, cheers, Paul. Thank you so much.
As we've just proved,
As
there
just
quite
proved,
clearly,
yeah.
Paul.
Um, Perth is fourth day odd spring, sunny and blue skies. 35 millimeters of rain tomorrow, though. It's
Enjoy
stopped.
today, then, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, it's stopped raining. I still can't get my head round that it could be cold in Australia. Um, he also had the option of Saints on loan. I think. Oh wow, he definitely didn't want to go
Yeah,
there.
no.
Definitely didn't want to go there. Chicken breast is nice. Um,
Let's move away from this breast
yeah,
conversation.
yeah. I don't know what you know. I think I think Brest lined up in a good formation. They were good down the flanks, weren't they? You know, could go all day. Sean, I'll leave it for you to watch because at the end of the day, I'm not doing it justice. Sean said I was crying when watching that. I was crying with laughter. Um, and football talk resumes, please. Yes, we'll
Yeah.
move on. Yeah. I tell you what. Let's go on to Tiago Pinto and
Yes.
yeah, Tiago Pinto and his interview with Mark McAdam the other day. Somebody who I get on really, really well with. Um, what did you make of that? Because I was really impressed with what he had to say and about the players that have left and the players that they bring in.
Yeah, I thought it was a super intelligent and passionate way to look at how Bournemouth have come, how the recruitment period went for them, how the transfer period was, how we're being looked at by bigger clubs, and how we're going to answer back to that moving forward, especially if we've got powerhouse teams coming in and trying to take our players away. It looks like, and he was reflecting on the magic of the
Hmm.
transfer window, right? And it has been, and it looks
Yeah.
like if we have it our way, um, we're going to have a similar result and a similar action plan in 2 years' time as to what we've just had with the
Hmm.
likes of Dino, with the likes of Zaba, with the likes of Kirkes, Semenyo trying to get picked out, Dango being taken for 45 mil. It seems like in 2 years' time we're going to have a very similar thing, and that's almost what they're expecting. Um, I know that there was talks around contract with Andoni.
Yes.
Again, that's only fantastic news, really, for every AFC Bournemouth fan's ears. Yeah, just an incredible interview, a really incredible interview
Mm.
from someone who you can tell is very real, very down to earth, and really understands the framework and layout of how this football industry works. And it's nice to see. It's really nice to see that in our leadership.
100%. 100%. And I think, that it's really shown as well that we're picking out the right players. we're picking out the
hmm
players with good personalities and good, morales. Rather than, even be it there was some rumours with regards to Dango last season, and him not being happy with the game time. You know, Tiago Pinto had nothing but good things to say about all of these guys, and how they conducted themselves, how they managed themselves, and that gave him a duty of care to them as well. To find them and make it as an easy process as possible. Absolutely outstanding interview. And Mark
Mm.
McAdam asking all the right questions as you always expect him to. And Tiago,
As you always expect him to.
honestly, I think he's
I know
absolutely
you
brilliant.
absolutely love him. I
Honestly,
know.
Mark McAdam is an absolute brilliant journalist. He just thinks outside the box. He asks all the right questions. He knows his fingers on the pulse all the time.
Uh,
So
yeah, I won't throw out the unpopular opinion, but yes, I agree with you that he does ask the right questions, and
mm.
he is a fantastic journalist. I don't, can't necessarily share the same passion and love for him that you do, and it's just because I
Because
don't
I've
know.
spoken to him about loads of times as well.
Yeah,
He is
no,
just a
maybe, yeah,
really nice guy. He's a lovely,
yeah.
lovely guy, and I think it was an absolute brilliant interview, conducted very well, and Tiago was very, very impressive with what he said back as well.
Yeah, I think the one of the biggest important takeaways here for me, right, is everyone keeps screaming about Bill Foley's plan, which is amazing, and it's great that he's had
Mm,
this plan and he's seen this in Bournemouth and he's coming here to execute it, and it's going fantastically well. This is really awesome. It's everything that we've ever wanted, right? But what makes these plans work is the buy-in from the club.
mhm.
Is we've got our president of football operations here speaking about about his love for being at the club, about his passion for being here, about Bill Foley's plan, about everyone
Mm,
wanting to keep people. Like the way he was speaking showed such buy-in from everyone in senior leadership at that club, and you've got to say yes. We're lucky to have Bill Foley, but Bill Foley's also very lucky to have that team. Like they go
yeah,
hand in hand together. The plan that Bill Foley has built and the team that he's now got around him to execute that plan, it just goes hand in hand. It's really really good to see. Really good to see. It's just such a strong position that we're in as well moving forward. It's an exciting time. The next 3 to 5 years are going to be incredibly exciting.
definitely. Sean said, talking about listening in the shower, and now about breast. I think we're getting a theme. We're
Yeah.
moving on from that. Superb interview, says Malcolm. Yeah, most definitely. Sean says, how would you guys rate the transfers out of 10? I would say it's a strong 8, 9. The thing is like Matt said on his show the other day that he did, and go and watch that, please, guys. If you haven't watched it, I'm pretty sure everybody's watched it, but please go back and watch it because it was so intelligently put together. And I didn't know Matt was going to do that. You know, he put together such an intelligent piece, about the players leaving and the players that come in and why it was actually a success. I would say a strong 8, 9 for me, with regards to transfers. Darren Herr said he spoke about how excited he is to be here and how everyone from the cleaner to Bill Foley is doing everything in their power to keep Andoni. Yeah, most definitely. And Andoni is such an important point in that interview as well, which Malcolm is going to mention about in a second. I'm just going to, it'll be quite good to discuss that. Um, Paul said Pinto was trying to say very masked that we may spend in the next transfer market. Um, yeah, I think so. I think it'd probably be a same situation where you know a couple of these talents come through. The big boys come, spend lots of money, and then we bring in players for that sort. However, I think that's a sustainable model because we've made 100 million profit, which, in all honesty, it's probably going to pay for all that stadium work to be done. So it's a
Well,
very
yeah, and
clever move.
category one, going for category one isn't cheap. The amount
No,
of staff increase, the development side of things, that was not cheap to get to that stage. So we've probably covered some costs there, or some debt that was overhanging for sure.
I think it's
I
about
mean, that
2 million,
must have been
isn't
a
it? Yeah.
yeah, well, and the rest, because we also needed a certain amount
Mm,
of staff. So that staff bill probably went up to 5 or 6 million from 2 or 3. And then if you think about everything else that comes into planning with that, probably talking about, I don't know, maybe anywhere between 7 and 10 mil to get past that stage,
mm.
to really get all of the grounds developed and up and running, to get your 30 head count in there, to, do you know what I mean, all of these other things. It's just expensive stuff.
Yeah, 100%. It'd be quite interesting actually, and that might be something that I might do, is actually dig what needs to happen with that Category 1 academy.
Well, we're now in September, so the week-long audit, will be happening at any time this month.
Yes, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get there. Paul Sant has said, question for everyone: would these players who left would have left if we had Europe this season? I don't think we could have kept on hold of Dean Howsam. Don't think we could have held on to Milos Kerkez.
No,
Ilya Barnier, perhaps,
I
although
think Zara might have. Yeah, he might have stayed, but no way, Dino and Kirkes.
Dango, the, I think he probably would have. Surely he would have to compete in Europe. Um, and yeah, Kepa, would he have signed here instead of going to Arsenal? I think he probably would have done. So I think, 3 of the 5 would have probably stayed, in my honest opinion. However, what we've done is we've just replaced very, very well. Malcolm said, shame Mark tried to talk about Andoni's contract. What's your take on that? I think Mark was asking the question that everybody wanted to hear, which is all about Andoni Iraola's contract. Um, I personally think that, you know, it's the edge of everybody's mind because Andoni's done such a good job. We want to make
It
sure.
is on the edge of everyone's mind, but there's a level of respect here. And that level of respect has to come down to the fact that we all know how Andoni works. We all know
Mm,
Andoni doesn't talk about contracts. We all know Andoni doesn't sign 5 years ahead. We know this. So in my opinion, I actually agree with Malcolm here. It's a completely irrelevant and unnecessary question to be discussing or bringing up,
yeah.
but for anyone's need, Andoni's contract. It's completely irrelevant. There should be no pressure, no stress, no talk about it. Know what you're going to do in the future. Let that guy work his magic. And if he wants to sign again next season or the season after, brilliant.
Mm.
Fantastic news for us. But that should not be the worry on anyone's mind right now, is Andoni's contract. Because he's here, he's working it, and it's working. And that's all that matters.
I'm just going to jump to this comment as well from Malcolm. Mark does the same in the pre-game press conferences. He gets on my nerves.
And
Nobody's not a
it's
fan of
irrelevant.
Mark.
It's because you can have such more direct conversations. Think about it. If you're in
Mm,
front of the president of football operations at AFC Bournemouth, right, there is so many questions that you could ask and talk about. So many.
mm.
There's no need to bring up the manager's contract. There's no need. No need to create speculation. There's no need to open doors for people to give
Well,
flamboyant
Ollie,
answers on whether this might happen or that might happen.
I'd like to be a fly on the wall and find out exactly what's going on and what they're talking about, with regards to that. And I guess that Mark's responding and trying to get that info.
Yeah,
But
yeah, and
at the
and
same
and,
time, I
and I,
do
I
get where you're
agree with
coming
your
from.
point of view. So from fans' point of view, I can see why they would want Mark to ask those questions. Absolutely, I
Mm,
can understand that for sure. But just in my point of view, there has to be a level of um, a level of backing and a level of confidence and a level of respect that you're just like,
mm.
I don't need to ask that. That's down to them. That's in there. You know what I mean? That's above my pay grade to know almost.
Yeah.
Um,
No,
I'm
fair enough.
sure, and I have confidence that he will stay and do his due diligence if we continue to follow the plan.
Sean has said, I think they would have left as they aren't going to lower European clubs. They went to top clubs mostly. Yeah, Kepa as well. The only one that didn't was your mate Dango. I don't think Brentford are in Europe, are they?
Yeah, good
Um,
shout. Good shout.
Jamie Keynes has said, good
Morning,
morning,
Jamie.
Craig and Ollie. Good morning, Jamie. Hope you're doing well, mate. And yeah, we shall hopefully speak to you very, very, very soon on this show. Recruitment will have players already lined up. Yes, most definitely. I'm sure they've got Frano and Tiago's little black book. I'm hoping is under lock and key, and they're making sure that no other buggers are going to get hold of it. Because that is players that hopefully will really, really shine for AFC Bournemouth. 100 million profits in pounds. Darren's put it in dollars there for us, but there we are. That's very, very, very impressive. Paul Sant has said we'll probably have saved a lot on wages as well. Yes, most definitely, most definitely. Yeah, I think that's a very, very good point. Chris said, "Morning, Paul. Hope you're doing well." Andoni to date has never left part for a season and has always fulfilled his contract obligations till the end of the season. I think that's
Key.
what.
Thank you, Darren. Yeah, absolutely key.
Just a last question. We're going to wrap up in a second. Vakani Miski, I do apologise if I've said that name wrong. Do accept my apologies. What do you think about the player you bought from Liverpool, Ben Gallandoke? I think he's going to be a good player, actually.
I think he's gonna. I think he'll work his way into a good position. Yeah, I think he'll become a good player for Bournemouth, but I don't think he'll be immediate.
No.
Excuse me. I'm not sure how well you can hear me right now. I don't think it'll be an immediate impact from him. I think he'll take his time to get involved in the squad, and when he does, he'll be a big impact by then.
100%. 100%. It will be interesting how we line up against Brighton next week. Yes, most definitely it will be. International break. Who are England playing? I don't even know. Are we playing San Marino,
Not
Liechtenstein,
entirely sure.
Cyprus, Timbuktu? I could not care less, to be honest. I could not be care less. If Eddie Howe was in charge of England, I'd be like, right, okay, that's of interest, but
Not sure.
not Shell.
Can't find it quick enough.
Yeah, don't care as well. But yeah, looking forward to the Brighton game next week. And I think we need the longest show ever to predict the team against Brighton. Darren Hurst has said, Kazakhstan, oh, very nice. I like it. Great success. To play an Andorra at home on Saturday. I don't know what, and I can't do an Andorra impression. We're going to wrap up now. I think Brooks will keep some of the new players from starting the lineup. Yeah, I agree. And let's hope our players come back in one piece. Yep, most definitely. And hello there. Hello, we are wrapping up now, but thank you for joining us. Please hit like, subscribe, and the bell button. Another great show again today, Ollie. So yes, better wrap up. But
Absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
we'll catch you next week for Cherry M. Oh, also, just before we go, please do keep your eye out for the cherry picking, which is the French beret version with what's the
Johnny
chap's
and
name?
Johnny
Johnny Blair.
Blair.
That's it.
Johnny
Yeah. So
Blair.
cherry picking this week. It's French squad cherry beret with Johnny Blair. I'm not sure what time it will drop, but go and watch that because those shows are bloody fantastic.
They are. They are. And on that bombshell, it's time to leave. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Or Matt and Paul will. Thank you for joining us.
TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
I should be like you, Mel.